Hello, welcome back to the Project Nourish podcast. You're listening to episode 14. We're your hosts. I'm Megan Gump, a certified nutritional therapy practitioner and licensed restart instructor.
And I'm Casey Poe Campbell, nutritional therapy practitioner, licensed esthetician, and licensed restart instructor as well. We're here to bring you a podcast all about health, wellness, holistic nutrition, functional medicine, and non-toxic living.
As a disclaimer, topics discussed and recommendations given in this podcast are not to treat or cure any disease. We as NTPs want to discover and address your underlying health symptoms using nutritional therapy and functional medicine.
Hello, friend. How are you today?
Hello, I'm doing well. Day's going good. How's your day going?
It's going very well. So it's really funny when I hear us doing the intro, I play the song in my head now.
That's awesome.
Like our intro music.
I had never thought about that, but now I might.
Yeah, no, I just ruined it for you.
Yeah. Every time.
You're welcome.
That's too funny. All right, so Casey, catching up, what are you digging right now?
All right, so we have our Beauty Counter Leadership Summit coming up this weekend and starting on Friday. So I'm super excited. I get to see your pretty little face in person. So I got a new bag, which I can show you here. And I'm so excited because it's like a new laptop bag and I got it for a really good price, like $29 at TJ Maxx.
Nice.
So excited because I had this other one from Target that lasted for years and the handles I was just like waiting for them to literally rip off. So I had an excuse to buy a new bag, but they wouldn't. And I was like, you know what? I need to go to Summit with a nice bag. So that is what I am digging. I got my fancy legit bag.
Well, that is super awesome. I know. I am so pumped for this weekend and I can't freaking wait to see you. It's going to be an awesome, awesome weekend full of friends and learning. And I'm just so excited. So I'm really glad that your new bag is tagging along too.
Yes. And by the time this episode comes out, we'll have already been at Summit. So we'll have to do a recap of that, maybe even record while we're there together.
And we totally will. Most definitely. We'll fill everyone in on how it went.
Yes.
For
All
sure.
right. So tell me, what are you loving?
All right. So definitely really excited that we're leaving to go to Summit on Friday as well. But so I'm actually really loving the brand new Beauty Counter product called the Pure Calm Cleansing Milk. So it's a part of the Countermatch collection. And this stuff is amazing. So for everybody who's watching on YouTube, you can kind of see the bottle and see what I'm holding up, but I am really bad at washing my face before I go to bed. So you actually introduced me probably like 6 to 8 months ago to Norwex, the company that has those makeup cleansing cloths that I don't know what it is. It's literally magic because you just get them wet and it will literally take off all of your makeup. So that's what I've been using at night. I just get my Norwex makeup cloth wet. I take off all my makeup and I hop in bed and I'm good to go. And Beauty Counter just came out with this not too long ago. And this cleansing milk is amazing. So what you do is I just put a couple pumps in my hand and massage it around my dry face. And it literally takes off all of my makeup. And then I'm just either getting like a cleansing cloth, just like a regular old washcloth, or the Norwex cloth wet. And I'm literally just wiping it all away. And all my makeup's coming with it, everything from the day. My face is super clean. It feels super fresh. And then I'm going to bed. So this is just a huge game changer for me because I'm not one who really likes washing my face at night, like splashing water everywhere and getting my hair wet and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't into it. And then this came out by Beauty Counter and I'm washing my face every night now, which is a really big deal. I mean, you should be doing that to clean your pores out before you go to sleep and detoxify your face at night. And I wasn't. And so I'm just ecstatic that Beauty Counter came out with this. And it's probably my favorite product right now.
I love that. As your self-appointed esthetician, I'm super excited that you are washing your face every day.
I know you would be super excited about that. I'm really excited about it too. So,
yes.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And my face has come a long way. Even from when you met me, I still had like 13-year-old girl breakouts on like my cheeks and my chin and my neck. And it even just got worse as time went on after I got off birth control for like a couple of months. And my body was really trying to rebalance my hormones and clear out all those toxins from that medication I had taken for 13 years. And so my face is actually finally starting to look good, and I'm just so excited. So
that is so awesome. Yeah, I've definitely noticed a huge improvement in your skin since
thank you.
we first met. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's such a cool product. Like the whole Countermatch line is, I mean, like you said, it's pretty much magic and science combined into just something so brilliant. I mean, I love the fact that the cleansing milk has the plum oil in it. And so this is rich in omega 6 and 9 and vitamin E. So all of this is going to just be super healthy for your skin, just really help protect that barrier function, which I will talk a little bit more about with our audience question. But to your point too, it actually makes it easier to wash your face. Because I know so many people are like, I don't like getting my face wet right before bed. Or just that like initial splash. So it just makes it that much easier to have compliance for
So easy.
washing your face. I love it.
I mean, for all of you out there who need like a visual, think of like after you wash your face, how you pump like your moisturizer into your hand and rub it around and then just like rub it all over your face to moisturize your skin. That is literally what you're doing with this, except it's like reverse. It's taking off your makeup and then you're just wiping it away with a wet washcloth, and that's it.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It's
Although
so nice.
the first time I used it incorrectly and got my face wet because I don't read just instructions, and I was like, they totally missed the mark with this product. I was like, this is horrible. And then I read the direction. I was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. It's incredible. I love it. So this sits next to my sink at night, and this is what I do every night. I've got my toothbrush, I've got my probiotic, and then I've got my cleansing milk.
I love it.
Yep.
All right. So this week we are going to answer a couple more audience questions. So one that we had from my dear friend, Jen Bergstrom, and I'm saying her last name now, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, Jen. So you're going to have to let me know because I've just always called her by her first name. But she was asking for the best products for different skin types. So we're going to go through 4 different skin types. We're going to talk about oily and acne prone skin, dry skin, anti-aging, and combination skin. So there will be some overlap in these, I guess, conditions or different skin types. But in general, and I wanted to talk to this about the face washing. When you are washing your face and your skin feels like really tight and dry afterwards, that is a sign, or if it's like red and irritated, that is a sign that you are using an incorrect face wash. So we have gone so long with thinking like, oh, my skin needs to be like squeaky clean and remove all of the oil and it should feel dry and tight when I'm done washing it, which is absolutely not the case at all. So yet another reason why I love the cleansing milk along with the nourishing cream cleanser is that they both leave the skin nourished, but they are removing those impurities. It is a bit of a mind shift though, for people to think like, okay, like my skin feels hydrated after cleansing it, which is so weird. Like to some people, it may not feel like it's clean. However, it really is. But I love your suggestion of adding in the Norwex cloth just to really like help, I guess, give it that quote unquote clean feeling. I'm doing air quotes like people can hear Matt.
Yeah. And especially, I mean, I've kind of gotten used to that really, hydrated feeling because I started using Beauty Counter's facial oils. And that was definitely a transition for me because instead of using like a lotion-based moisturizer, I was using like an oil-based moisturizer. And so a lot of people tend to think like, oh, if I'm putting something oily on my skin, isn't that going to make my face oily and I'm going to break out? And no. Like most definitely not. It's extremely hydrating. And actually I've come to love it now that I've got used to it. And definitely with like the Pure Calm cleansing milk, it does the same thing. So I put it on my skin. I wash off my face and my neck. I rub it off with a wet towelette. And then there is some still, there's still some moisture on my face, but I mean, it's so soothing and it feels really good. And it is kind of a mind shift thing that people have to get used to, but you also have to remember that, our skin is supposed to be naturally hydrated. And so we need these things for radiance and health and plumping and just an overall good hydration of the skin and skin function.
Yeah, because sorry.
No, sorry, go ahead. So yeah, I mean, I was just going to say it's something to get used to, but yeah, it's I love it.
Yeah. And, going back to your point of like your skin needs to be hydrated and nourished, our skin is our only organ that gets assaulted from both the inside and the outside. So you think about it, the foods that we consume impact what our skin looks like, along with the products that we use on our skin. So let's talk a little bit more. We'll dive into oily and acne prone skin. Okay, cut out dairy is going to be my first suggestion for everyone who is struggling with some acne. And it's amazing how much that helps to clear up your skin. Or take a restart class, do a 21-day sugar detox with us, and you will notice a huge improvement in your skin when it comes to just the overall glow of it, but also clearing it up. Now, product specific, there's a couple, the balancing oil that I know you're using, Megan. And so this is going to be a blend of 7 different plant oils that are going to help nourish the skin, protect it, and it also has ingredients which are going to help balance out that oil production. Also, you can use some of the charcoal products. So there is a charcoal bar that is going to help go in and detoxify the skin. However, it also has coconut oil and ECGC, which is a green tea extract, and that's going to help just to calm and soothe the skin because acne is a lot of inflammation as well. I will give a note of caution with the charcoal bar. Start slow with it because it can be a bit over drying, which can cause more acne. Additionally, we have the charcoal mask. So you can use that all over your face or you can just spot treat with that bad boy. It has salicylic acid, which is just going to go in there and scrub those pores out. It works great, especially if you have congestion in your T-zone. So like forehead and your nose and a little bit on your chin. Another product that I like, which is not a topical product that you would use, but it's called the Light Stem, and this uses LED light technology, and it has both blue light and red light. So the blue light is going to go in there and kill the P. acnes bacteria, and the red light, it will go in and just calm that inflammation. NASA discovered it, so it's like legit and magical. Do you have anything to add product-wise for acne-prone or oily skin?
Yeah. So, I mean, the other thing that I also really enjoy is Beauty Counter has a balancing or number 3 charcoal like mist, like facial spray.
Yeah.
And I also really enjoy that. So I incorporate that into my routine just, every once in a while, but especially like when I get out of the shower, right before I'll put on my moisturizer or my facial oil, I'll actually spray that on my face and like walk around, let it dry for a little bit before I hydrate and nourish my skin with either a moisturizer or the facial oil. So I really like that one too. And it's got charcoal in it, which is going to go in and detoxify the skin. And it's a really nice, like kind of just little spritzer. And you just let it dry. But I feel like it also really helps just kind of with like those little spots that I have because I really kind of concentrate it like on my cheek and on my neck and stuff like that. So I like that one.
Have you found that it helps with like being less shiny by the end of the day? I've never actually used it because my skin is not oily. So
yeah, I don't know if I've ever noticed it making me less shiny. Okay. I don't typically tend to be super shiny unless, I don't know, I feel like my skin is just kind of taking a turn because I used to use those like blue wipes, I think by Neutrogena, that would like absorb the oil. Definitely don't use those anymore, but I used to. But even now that I'm thinking about it, really since I've kind of switched up my skincare routine and it's all like safer, non-toxic stuff, I don't have that issue anymore.
Okay.
So kind of an interesting note that I am just myself realizing right now as well. But yeah, and I like I said, I really just use that spritzer and it kind of does like dry everything up a little bit, I guess. And then I put my moisturizer on.
Okay.
So.
Love it.
Yeah, I like that addition too though.
All right, so moving to the opposite end of the spectrum, let's talk about dry skin. Let's talk first about diet with dry skin. So there's a difference between dry and dehydrated skin. So dehydrated skin is going to be water loss, whereas dry is more oil loss. So oh gosh, I don't even know. Like pretty much everybody that I've ever talked to who has like dry skin, it's dry skin because they're not having enough oil production, not that they're not drinking enough water. So we're not saying, to stop drinking half your body weight in ounces a day, but if you load up on the water, it's probably not going to help your dry skin. However, if you add in some high quality fats, I can't remember exactly which episode that was where we talked about that, but adding in your avocado oil, maybe eating some sardines,
salmon, olives,
coconut oil, all of these really healthy fats, your skin is going to love you for adding those into your diet. Now, topically, what we want to do is we have what's called the lipid barrier on our skin. And think of it kind of like a shower cap. It's a very loose example, but that's kind of the best way to describe it. So when we're using products that are incredibly harsh on our skin, that are going to be drying it out, like let's say they have lots of alcohols in it, or it's just not the right product for our skin, we are obliterating that barrier function and we need to rebuild that. And so we rebuild that with lipids. So adding in something like the plumping oil, which again is going to be based from those 7 plant oils. And then it also adds in jasmine, which is just going to help to hold in all of that moisture. You also want to look for ingredients that one is hyaluronic acid. And so what hyaluronic acid is going to do is hold 1,000 times its weight in water. So think of it like going in there and being a little water balloon and plumping up your cells. So it really helps with those fine lines and wrinkles. The Countermatch Intense Moisture Serum has 2 different forms of hyaluronic acid. So it's just going to go in there and plump up all of those cells in a good way. Of course. And additionally, there is another light stem light, which I like, that uses that same LED light technology. And it has both orange and red light and then an infrared. And what that's going to do is just help to plump up those cells. It increases blood flow. So if you think of solar panels on a roof and how the sun provides energy for the solar panels to provide energy for the house. What this LED light does is it provides energy to the mitochondria in your cells to make them be more awesome. Yes. So that also goes into a little bit of anti-aging as well as dry skin. So there's a lot of overlap in between anti-aging and dry skin because as we age, our skin is going to get drier because we have less oil production. And so a couple of other products that I really like for anti-aging, you need to have those antioxidants in there. And so you guys have probably heard me give the example of when you cut an apple in half and it starts to brown, that's antioxidant damage. So, or that's free radical damage. So when you have those antioxidants in there, basically it's preventing your face from becoming a browned apple. So having a product like the brightening oil, which has the vitamin C in it, or also the Countermatch Intense Moisture Serum, that one also has vitamin C and E to get those high quality antioxidants in there. And then for combo skin, which is pretty much almost everybody has combo skin. So we're talking a little bit oily in our T-zone and then drier on our cheeks. I am so in love with the Countermatch Adaptive Lotion because it uses this really cool technology called biomimic technology. And it's going to help make you less oily in your T-zone, but then more hydrated in your cheeks. So again, science and magic coming together in just an amazing product.
That's awesome. I actually haven't had the chance to try that one yet. So definitely going to be.
Well, you will this weekend.
I will this weekend. Yep, exactly. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it is amazing. So yeah, that's, all I have. I mean, I could go on for a lot longer.
Yeah.
About all of the different products. But, a couple of things just to really keep in mind when you're using products. You don't want your skin to feel dry and like tight, especially after cleansing. And if your products are burning when you're putting them on, use different products, you guys. Like that is not a normal type of reaction to be having.
Now, is there anything else? I mean, obviously beyond like rashes and that kind of like tight feeling after you get done washing your face and burning if you're using something, it's obviously not working with your skin type. Is there anything else, I mean, that are kind of like triggers that you would know if you're using something that doesn't work for your skin?
Yeah, you can also get some dry patches.
Okay.
On your skin as well. So that's typically kind of like the corners of your mouth, like on your cheeks, like almost by your chin.
Mm-hmm.
You can get some dry spots there. Some people get it like underneath their eyes as well. So yeah, that's one other indication that you are using a product that your skin is not happy with. And then your skin will also just kind of look dull.
Yeah. Okay.
As well.
Yeah, my face is definitely like, it's just my complexion is so much more brighter and like vivid than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a testament to that. And then one quick, so I know that you kind of touched on anti-aging, and I just want to touch on sunscreen real quick.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so okay, so to tint your moisturizer and wear it every day with SPF or to not. Also, you know, should we just be putting sunscreen on our face every single day? Because then you've got the people that are out there like, no, I mean, don't put sunscreen on your face every day unless you're going to hang out at the beach or a park or go on a really long walk. Then yeah, protect your skin. But even something wearing like tinted foundation or something like that every day, like, is that okay for, you know, getting our, like, kind of, I guess, blocking that vitamin D absorption that we should be getting on those, you know, smaller levels?
So, you know, it's really interesting. I'm so glad you brought this up, because I am of the camp that on your face, you need to wear sunscreen every day that ends in Y. Just because it is so dang important. Your face is always exposed to the sun, especially when we're driving. You know, like that left side of your face is going to get so much more sun damage than the right side of your face. So I am definitely of the camp that you need to wear sunscreen on your face every single day. And actually, one of our fellow NTPs, Michelle Curtis, did a really cool Instagram story the other day about the importance of sunscreen, and that you really don't have that many vitamin D receptors on your face. So
Cool.
It's not even really like that beneficial. So when you're wanting to get that vitamin D from the sun, have your arms or your legs exposed, and that's going to be much more beneficial than having your face being exposed to the sun.
Okay. I like that. That is such a good tip. I'm really glad to know that one. So just kind of like waking up and applying like a SPF moisturizer to your face in the morning underneath your makeup. Okay.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I use the tinted moisturizer with the SPF 20 in it. And if I'm going to be out longer, like hiking or bike riding, whatever it is, then I use an SPF 30 with that. And a couple of tips for sunscreen application. You want to make sure that you put it on 15 minutes before you are actually going to be outside, because a good sunscreen is going to have 3 different elements to it. It's going to have chemical blockers, which chemical does not equal bad. It's going to have chemical blockers, physical blockers like a zinc oxide, and then also an antioxidant in it. And so these 3 are going to be the perfect trifecta in helping to prevent that sun damage and prevent you from getting burned. But the reason why you want to put it on 15 minutes beforehand is because that is going to allow those chemical blockers to really start working their magic. Like they kind of need to, you know, have their cup of coffee and get ready to go. And you also want to look for, when you're picking out a sunscreen, look for one that says broad spectrum, because that is going to block both the UVA and UVB rays. So the UVA, those are going to be the aging ones, and UVB, those are going to be the burning ones.
Awesome. Well, I just learned something new.
Oh, and then you have to reapply. So putting sunscreen on one time in the morning before you leave and then going and spending the whole day at the beach, you are still going to get burnt. You need to put your sunscreen on, and it's always on the bottle. But typically, if you're going to be in the ocean, like swimming or just at the pool and you're getting wet, every 40 minutes.
Okay.
Seems excessive, but
yeah. I'm definitely like the every 2 hours kind of girl, but I always come home a little red. So
yes. And then check the expiration date on your sunscreen too, especially as we are moving into the summer season. When you grab the stuff from last year, it's probably expired and it will not work.
Wow. Okay. Good to know, especially if it's a safer version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Super cool. Well, now I've got to add that tinted moisturizer to my regimen in the morning.
Yep, you do.
Yeah.
You'll thank me when you're 40 and you don't have wrinkles and sunspots.
Yeah, I know. I'm the worst at I've been trying to be really good in the last year about wearing a hat when I'm out in the sun.
Oh yeah, that helps.
So, at the beach and stuff. But yeah, I've just gotten good about that in the last year, because of course before that I was always like, oh, I need to get my face tan. Mm-hmm. Not worried about what I'm going to look like when I'm 40, worried about what I'm going to look like that summer. Yeah. So mindset has changed. So, well, thanks for those good tips, Casey. I'm definitely going to start wearing that moisturizer in the morning to protect my face. So
yes, absolutely.
For sure. Now all you other ladies out there know.
Yes, and you can all send me thank you notes when you turn 40 and still look hot. I can't wait.
Jot that down in the calendar.
I love it.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, that was really, really good stuff.
Yeah, Jen, let us know if that answered your question, because I can keep going on, Jen. Yeah. So you can just let me know.
Mm-hmm. I know. I always learn so much from you. I love that you are an esthetician. It's so interesting.
Well, it's so fun.
Mm-hmm. It's so cool to learn about that kind of stuff. All right. So the next question that we had was from your mom, right, Casey?
Yes, from Mama Poe.
Mama Poe. So Mama Poe basically asked about why we do not want to buy foods that have added nitrates or nitrites in them. Mm-hmm. So you'll hear Casey and I really talk about, look for your organic, pasture-raised, grass-fed meats, and also just anything if you're buying deli turkey and all that kind of stuff. Make sure that it specifically says on the packaging, no nitrates or nitrites added. So we want to get into that a little bit today, because I think a lot of people, especially out in this, paleo type of lifestyle, have, heard don't eat nitrates or nitrites, but maybe a lot of people don't really understand why or kind of what they are. So we're going to touch on that just a little bit. And so, nitrates and nitrites are naturally found in meats and even vegetables and grains and fruits. But so manufacturers add nitrates and nitrites to foods, especially cured sandwich meats, bacon, salami, and sausage, stuff like that, to give them color. So it gives them color and it also extends their shelf life. But so these nitrites, the use of them is how this meat stays pink or red, so that it doesn't turn that brown color while it's sitting on the shelf. Because then honestly, you would go to the grocery store, it's those pounds of grass-fed beef that you look at and they're kind of a little bit brown, and it's ooh, I don't know, that's kind of sketchy. I don't know if I want to buy that one. So you kind of dig around for the one that's still pink. Well, that is actually a really good sign, because that meat has not had any nitrates or nitrites added to it. So yay, give a round of applause for that grass-fed beef right there. But yeah, so that is mainly why they add nitrates and nitrites. It's for color and it's for shelf stability. That way the manufacturers or those companies can make sure that their meats are, getting on the shelf and getting off the shelf in a timely manner. And if they are still there for a little bit longer than they should be, that people are still buying them because they're still pink. So that's really why you want to kind of avoid them. And then I guess just getting into a little bit and what the nitrates and nitrites do. So these chemical compounds can form nitrosomes in the body, which increase your risk of developing cancer. Pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a really big reason why you don't want to have nitrates and nitrites added to your food. So beyond them, keeping the meat pink, keeping their color, keeping them shelf-stable. It's carcinogenic. So let's avoid that kind of stuff.
Yeah, boo on that.
Yeah, definitely. And then, so if you're going to eat certain foods like that have these nitrites in them, I mean, they're good to a certain level, just kind of like everything is, right? Up to in moderation for some things, or you kind of get to that breaking point where it's like you're okay, and then it's a little too much is too much. So the nitrates are actually good in small amounts because they prevent bacteria from forming, like Listeria and Botulinium. So, but like I said, kind of too much of a good thing can be an issue. And then also these nitrites convert into nitric oxide, which creates a chemical reaction with the proteins found in meat. So that's how this color stays red, but that's also what can be carcinogenic.
No fun there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we really want to stay away from nitrates and nitrites on a very simple level.
Yes. Yeah, they can also be linked to Alzheimer's disease and diabetes. They can harm your baby when you have too many nitrates or nitrites. They can cause a condition known as blue baby syndrome. It's a very long, like scientific word that I'm not even going to pretend to butcher, but blue baby syndrome. And you know, when you are trying to avoid nitrates, again, we're going to say, you know, avoid those processed meats. Make sure that you are filtering your water and then eating those organic fruits and vegetables as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And even like your fruits and vegetables and your grains have a little bit of these, you know, naturally occurring nitrates in them. But they can provide health benefits, you know, like the relaxation of blood vessels and improved blood flow. And I mean, in our bodies, it's important that we actually produce them. So regardless of these naturally occurring nitrates, they are not harmful to you because like the vitamin C, so the nitrates in fruits and vegetables and grains, the way that it's combined with vitamin C, it naturally prevents these nitrosymes from forming, and that's the carcinogenic thing that we were talking about earlier. And so that's why it's better to, if you're going to get these nitrates and nitrites, which our bodies need in small amounts, to get them from your fresh fruits and vegetables. Grains, if they're properly sourced, you know, sprouted, soaked, preferably the non-gluten containing grains. But those are going to be your best bets. So just kind of stay away from the nitrates, nitrites added in meats at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and going back to the improved blood flow, when you said that, it sparked a memory that when I was doing a lot of triathlons, we would drink beet juice before a big race. And it was, I guess it was the nitrates. Yes, the nitrates in there would actually like help you perform better. And so, yeah, I had lots of races where I was like, and they even served like these little cans of beet juice. It tasted amazing. Not really. It was pretty gross. And it looked like you had like blood all in your teeth.
Yeah.
But I think it really helped.
Yeah.
Performance, or it was just, you know, placebo effect, but you felt like you could push harder.
I mean, it's all about getting oxygen to the blood, right? So,
yeah.
Helps with blood flow. So yeah.
So long story short, Mom, it's because we told you to. Don't get it with nitrates and nitrites.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, long story short, do not buy things with added nitrates and nitrites because they're carcinogenic.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, friend. Well, those are all the audience questions that we have for today. So I guess we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, keeping it short and sweet today, you guys.
Yes, I love it.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for listening to this week's show. If you are interested in working with an NTP, you can further work with Megan and Casey. And to learn more, find us online. So you can find me, Megan, online at megangump.com. You can actually book a free 15-minute introductory phone consultation on my website to learn more about working with me. So I'll just kind of spend 15 minutes going over the consultation process, working with me, pricing, any questions that you have, that kind of thing. So let me know if you're interested in that. And you can also find me on Instagram at megan.gump.
You could find me, Casey Poe Campbell, at caseypoe.com or on Instagram at Real Talk Casey. I'm probably most active over on Instagram with the Instagram stories. But if you have any questions or comments about today's show, or if you would like us to cover a specific topic, please email us at projectnourishpodcast@gmail.com.
If you enjoyed today's show and you are loving our podcast, please go and give us a 5-star review on iTunes. We really appreciate our listeners' support and all the love. Also, if you watch the videos on YouTube, please give us a subscribe and a like. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.